And then come back to a neutral head position. And then we're gonna ground the right hand into the mat next to our hips and allow the left arm to come up and over, feeling the length of the side body. Maybe bending into that right arm. Reaching the fingertips towards the opposite side of the room. And then round forward, bringing the arm down and across. And then just coming into a forward fold. And then slowly walking over to the left side. Pressing the right or the left arm into the mat, right arm coming up overhead. Finding length. And then rounding forward, one last forward fold here. Maybe walk out just a little bit further. And then walk the hands back in. We're just gonna place the hands behind the hips and just open up through the chest, maybe rolling the shoulders back, keeping the head slightly. Opening up through the heart. And come back to center. And then we're gonna make our way over to a tabletop. Take any natural movements that initially called you here. Maybe swing the hips, maybe pedal out the feet. Maybe take big barrel rolls with the torso. Whatever you do, take it the other direction. And then come back to a neutral tabletop. Inhale, let the chest rise, head comes up, belly drops for cow pose. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin and the pelvis inwards for cat. Inhale, draw the belly down, open up through the chest, hips point up. Exhale for cat. Pulling the navel in, rounding through the shoulders. And just take a few more rounds on your own. Inhaling for your cow and exhaling for your cat. And then on your next breath, reach the right hand up towards the top of your mat. Thumb points up towards the ceiling. And on your next breath, send the left leg back behind you. Foot is flexed, like you're stamping against the wall behind you. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, knee to elbow. Take that cat back, rounding through the spine. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round, knee to elbow. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, set the hand down. Keep the leg lifted. We're slowly going to draw the leg out to the side, the fire hydrant. And then set the foot down onto the mat. Ground down into your left hand. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale. So our opposite, yeah. And then we're gonna thread the arm through towards our extended leg. And then we're gonna drop the shoulder down to the mat, resting your cheek there as well. And you can either reach the left arm towards the top of the mat or take a bind behind the back. So loud. Bring the left hand back underneath the shoulders, softly press back into the mat. Right arm will come back overhead. Just taking a counter twist and set the hand down. And draw the left leg back in. And then on your next inhale, left hand will reach towards the top of the mat. And then exhale, send the foot back behind you. Right leg is extended. Foot is flexed. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, round elbow to knee. Taking that cat back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Lengthen one last time. And set the hand down. Inhale, bring the leg out to the side for fire hydrant just for a moment and set it down onto your mat. Ground down into the right hand, left arm lifts. Exhale, thread the needle towards your extended leg. Right arm reaches up towards the top of the mat or takes a half bind behind the back. Bring the left hand back under, or the right hand back underneath the shoulder. Softly press up. Left arm comes back up overhead. Set it back down. Draw the knee back in. Bring the knees wide and start to melt the heart forward for child's pose. Connecting into the breath. Deep inhales and exhales through the nose. The slight constriction in the back of the throat. Your earring gets stuck. Oh. And then as you are ready, make your way back to a tabletop. We're gonna tuck the toes and lift the knees about 2 inches up off the mat, finding some core engagement. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, send the hips back for downward facing dog. Paddle it out here. Take big bends into the knee, dropping one heel and then the other. And then come back to neutral, downward facing dog. Gaze to the top of the mat. And start to slowly tiptoe your hands, or feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. And you'll just hang in a ragdoll. You're swaying from side to side, reaching for opposite elbow, maybe interlacing the hands at the back of the neck for some neck traction. Maybe nod your head yes, shake your head no. Weigh it out. And then come back to stillness. And then on your next breath, slowly rise one vertebrae at a time. So you are in a mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back, find engagement through the soles of the feet. Maybe lift the toes up for a moment to feel that engagement. And keep that same lift through the feet, but relax the toes. Inhale, arms come back up overhead, extended mountain. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, cactus out the arms, open up to the heart. Inhale, arms are going to come back up overhead. I'm going to take a little bit of a flowing sun A. So step the feet wide. Toes are going to point outwards. Inhale, arms are going to cross at the top. Exhale, sink down into goddess. Elbows come in towards the ribs. And exhale, forward fold. Toes face the long edge of the mat. Ground down into the right hand. Inhale, left hand lifts. Taking a little bit of a twist. Set the hand down. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, set the arm down. Flip the palms and imagine you're holding a big, heavy stone. Inhale, rise, carry that stone up overhead, throw it back behind you. Step the feet together. Exhale, hands sweep down, taking you into a forward fold. Interlace the palms behind the back and allow the hands to fall off the low back, rolling the shoulders for a deep shoulder stretch. Bring your hands back down, release your grip. Inhale, arms come back up overhead for extended mountain. Exhale, step the feet wide. We'll flow with that 3 more times. Inhale, cross the arms. Exhale, sink down into goddess. Inhale, forward folds. Left arm lifts. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, bring it back down. Flip your hands, hold your big stone. Inhale, rise, throw that stone back behind you. Exhale, step the feet together. Forward fold, sweep the arms back and around. Interlace the hands behind the back. Find your shoulder stretch. Release the palms. Allow the hands to come back up overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, step the feet wide. Inhale, arms cross at the top. Exhale, sink down into goddess. Inhale, forward fold. Inhale, right or left arm lifts. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, bring it back down. Flip the hands, hold your big heavy stone. Inhale, rise. Exhale, step the feet together. Forward fold. Sweep the arms back and down. Interlace the hands, let the palms rise up. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Inhale, come back up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. And I invite you to close your eyes or take a soft gaze. Set your intention for class. Maybe ask yourself why you showed up on your mat today. Could be a simple answer. Just let it out or for a good stretch. Inhale, arms are going to come back up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Create a number 7 with the body. Roll the shoulders back together as if you're holding a coin between the shoulder blades. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step the feet back. And slowly lower all the way down to the belly. The hands are going to come out wider than the mat. And we're going to create little tent fingers with the hands. Elbows are pointed up towards the ceiling. Feet are zipped up, or legs are zipped up together. Feet are pressing firmly through the mat. Inhale, rise for baby cobra. Exhale, lower about halfway down, not quite all the way. And we're going to drop the right shoulder down to the mat, taking a little twist over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, twisting to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower back down. Bring hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes and send the hips back for downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it through for low lunge. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, rise for crescent moon. Shift your hips forward. Feel length through the front of the hip flexor. Hands come up overhead. Exhale, cactus out the arms. Take a little heart opener here at the top. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, plant the hands up to frame the front foot. Shift the hips back for half splits. Should feel lengthening through the hamstring and the calf. Come back to a neutral low lunge. Retuck your toes. Lift the back leg. And inhale, rise for warrior 2. Sink down into your warrior 2. Inhale, reach forward with the fingertips. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, bring the hands down. Frame that front foot. And step the foot back for downward facing dog. If you'd like to take a chaturanga here, half series, you can do so, or you can just come straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring it through for low lunge. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, rise for crescent moon. Shift the hips forward, find length in the front of the hips. Take a deep inhale. Then exhale, cactus out those arms. Take a little bit of a heart opener. Inhale, arms come back up overhead. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Shift the hips back. Find length in your half splits. Nice, good stretch to the hamstring and the calf. Come back to center. Retuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Inhale, rise for warrior 2. Sink low into your front knee. Reach forward with the fingertips. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Full length through the side body. Exhale, windmill the arms down to the mat. Step it back, move into a downward facing dog. Half series if you'd like. We're gonna flow that one more time through. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, practice out the arms, take a back bend. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, come back to neutral low lunge. Retuck toes, lift the back leg. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Sink low in that front knee. Exhale, windmill the arms. Step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, cactus out the arms, heart opener. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, shift the hips back. Half splits. Inhale, back to center. Retuck those toes, lift the back knee. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Inhale, reach forward with the fingertips. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands windmill down. Step it back. Downward facing dog. We're going to take 3 connecting breaths in our downward facing dog. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. One last deep, long inhale through the nose. This time, exhale through the mouth. Let it go. And then drop the knees. We're just going to take a flowing half sun A. Come up high onto the knees. Inhale, arms come back up overhead. Exhale, cactus out those arms. Take a little mini back bend. Inhale, arms come back up overhead. And then sit the hips back. Take a child's pose. Lengthen through the fingertips and the arms. Make it a little more active by lifting the elbows up off the mat, pressing through the hands. Inhale, tabletop. Inhale, rise, extended mountain. Exhale, cactus out those arms. Inhale, arms come back up overhead. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Rise, extended mountain. Exhale, cactus out those arms. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, child's pose. Beautiful. All right, from here, we're just gonna come back to tabletop, drop the hips to one side, and we're gonna turn around and come to lay on our backs. Feet are stuck or planted right underneath our knees, a little bit out in front if that's more comfortable for you. Feet are about hip width apart. Chin stays slightly tucked in. Arms come alongside the body, setting up for a bridge pose. So to press firmly through the heels, and on your next inhale, slowly start to let the hips rise. Drawing the chin into the chest. Maybe you interlock the hands behind the back and all the shoulders underneath. Pressing the pinkies into the mat, squeezing the glutes, lift the hips. Take a deep inhale, maybe lift the hips just a little bit higher. And exhale, lower back down. We're gonna move through that 2 more times. So press to the heels, inhale, allow the hips to rise. And exhale, lower back down. Inhale, allow the hips to rise. Exhale, lower back down. Allow the knees to windshield wipe from side to side, releasing the front of the hips. And then lengthen the legs. And then roll onto the belly. And then bring the arms alongside the body. We're going to take a locust. So on your next inhale, the chest, legs, and arms all float up and off the mat. Engaging through the body. And exhale, lower back down. Maybe bring it to the mat. Bring your chin back through the mat. Option for a second round of locust. Or if you would like, you can bend the knees and kick back into the hands. Reach for the ankles and kick back into the hands. So either locust or bow. Inhale, let the chest, the legs rise. And then release, lower back down. Bring your opposite cheek to the mat. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper the legs from side to side. And allow them to fall back down onto the mat. Hands will come parallel with one another. Elbows bent. And you're in a space pose. Roll the shoulders down. And then maybe you press into the hands and lengthen the elbows. And drop the head, allow the neck to stretch. And lower the elbows, release the head. And then reach, tuck the toes, press the hands back and come into your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the right ribs. Allow the leg to drop. Left leg comes back out long for our pigeon pose. Toes are pointed back towards our left hip. Take a peek behind your shoulder. Make sure your foot is pointed straight behind you. And then come up high into your pigeon. And then on your exhale, allow the torso to mount down towards the mat. Maybe you grab onto your block for some support. And then start to press through the palms. Let the chest come back up. Retuck your back toes, lift the back leg. Right leg comes back up. Give it a shake at the top. Bring the flush of fresh blood back into the hip and set the foot down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the left wrist. Toes point back towards the right hip. Just take a peek behind your shoulder. Make sure your foot is pointed straight back behind you. And then as you are ready, start to melt the heart down towards the mat. And release to the side. Start to bring the palms back underneath the chest. Retuck your toes. Lift the left leg, shake it out at the top. And allow the leg to come back down to the mat. Drop the knees. And come back down to your belly. We're going to take two of my favorite shoulder stretches since you said you had some shoulder issues. So we're going to start by bringing the right arm underneath towards the left, and then left arm will come on top. This is called, I think it's called broken wing pose. Either broken or closed wing pose. Right. You can allow the chin to roll into the chest, letting the head fall forward. Start to bring the left hand back underneath the shoulder. You can press up for a moment. And then bring the left arm across to the right. And then the right arm will come on top. Finding your broken wing pose on this side. Again, you can allow the chin to tuck in towards the chest, dropping the head, finding length through the back of the neck. And then bring the right hand back underneath the shoulder. And then tee out the arms out long. We're going to start by bending the right foot or the right knee. Find the foot to come up into the air. Right arm or right hand is going to come underneath the shoulder. Press into that right hand and allow the right foot to come up and over the left leg. We're opening up through that shoulder now. And right hand can either lengthen out in front of you. It can either stay on the mat, or maybe it reaches behind the back, taking a half bind. Maybe you reach for that arm lengthen behind you. And then start to roll back over onto the belly. Tee out the arms once again. Then left palm comes underneath your shoulder. Left knee will bend. And start to press into that left hand, allowing the left leg to come over our right leg. Again, you can keep the left hand planted, or you can reach it out long. Or maybe you take a half bind behind your back. One side may feel a little more sticky or a little more intense than the first side. Maybe the first side felt more intense. Typically, our non-dominant side that tends to feel a little more stretched. And start to roll slowly back onto the belly. Arms continue back out. You can bend the knee, both knees, and allow the feet to windshield wipe from side to side. And then bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. Press the hips back into a tabletop. And then we're going to let the hips come out to one side. Bring the legs around. And then we're going to take a wide leg position into a tall spine. And then we're going to turn over to the right leg. So our torso, our chest is facing that right leg. And then begin to walk the body over towards your right foot. If you have bend in the knee here. Lengthen to whatever point in your leg that feels comfortable. Start to walk the hands back to center. We're going to take a counter stretch by bringing the left hand behind the hip. Bend the left leg in towards your right. And inhale, right arm will sweep up overhead for stargazer. And exhale, sit the hips back down. Bring the left leg out long. And then walk your hands over to the left side. Chest will face the leg and start to melt forward, finding length on the left side. Start to walk the hands back into center. We'll bend the right leg. Right hand will plant behind the hips. Inhale, lift the hips. Left arm comes up overhead. Feeling a long line of energy from the foot into the hand. And exhale, release the hips. And then lengthen both legs out long. And start to slowly roll down your belly down to your back, one vertebrae at a time. When you get there, you can draw the knees into the chest and rock it from side to side, massaging the spine. And holding the right knee in, allow the left leg to grow out long. Setting it down onto the mat. We're going to hold the right leg and bring it over to the right side for just a moment, feeling the openness through the right hip. And then on your exhale, draw the right leg over to the left side. Right arm tees out, gaze follows. Inhale, come back to center. Pull the knee into the chest, draw the left leg back in. And release the right leg out long. Hold that left knee and bring it over to the left side, feeling some openness through the left hip. Exhale, draw the left knee over to the right side. Left arm will tee out, gaze follows. And then draw the knee back into center, hugging both knees back in. And then maybe the feet come up and you reach to the soles of the feet for a happy baby. We roll from side to side. Maybe you lengthen one leg and then the other. Some ninja babies. And then allow the feet to come up overhead for waterfall. And then allow the legs to fall down onto the mat. We're going to begin to take up space for the final pose of Shavasana. Releasing the soles of the feet, the toes. The legs, the knees, hips and shoulders melt into the floor. Release the arms and the legs. Hands release anything they're holding on to. Tongue releases from the roof of the mouth. And thoughts begin to quiet. Start to bring awareness towards the space between your eyebrows. Take a long breath in, beginning slowly. Notice the pause at the top of the breath. Then let it go, long and easy. Aware of the peace at the bottom of the breath. Take another full breath in and let it go. Notice your chest rise with each inhalation and fall with each exhalation as a reassuring rhythm. In our silence, we become aware of still deeper rhythms. Our heartbeat, perhaps the pulsing of the fluid in our spinal cord, the circulation of our blood, the patterns of neural communication. We have the colors of our thoughts and the song in our hearts. All these rhythms and melodies fold together into a beautiful symphony. This is a symphony that is uniquely yours. So pause, listen, and remember, your symphony is part of the music of the universe. It is fully, intensely, and wonderfully alive. It breathes as you inhale. The universe is exhaling back into you this vivid aliveness, this music. So as you exhale, just know that this is always yours. If you're ready to move from Shavasana, maybe find some movement with the hands and the feet. Reach the arms up overhead for a big morning stretch. Lengthening from the hands all the way into the toes. And then as you're ready, make your way over to one side. Keeping that internal quietness. Maybe softly pressing yourself up to a seat with eyes closed or a soft gaze. And then hands can come to heart center or stay on the lap. Thank you for honoring yourself by coming to your practice today. It was an honor to be here for you. The light and teacher within me sees the light and teacher within you. Namaste. You're welcome. How are you feeling? Good.